As I've said in the past video, I just went on a vacation for Holy Week, and therefore, the past video of me making that bread was 1 week ago. In today's daily bread, I'll be making another basic white bread. This is so that I can get used to the filming equipment again and get used to making bread again. Today is the daily bread day 7. For today's bread, I will only be using bread flour, salt, and yeast. In today's video, I decided to upgrade my filming equipment to a DSLR. I'm using a Canon 6D. This is a very old DSLR that I purchased as a second-hand. Back then, I used to do photography. Even before that, I used to draw. Eventually, I decided to pick up photography because a lot of the skills in drawing was transferable to photography. I then stopped for a few months, maybe a year. I decided to pick it up again and used it for filming in this bread making. Using a DSLR is so much easier than using a phone. When using a phone, I need to upload the video to G Drive, and then from G Drive to my laptop, which uses Wi-Fi, and it takes quite a while, especially when uploading videos that ranges up to an hour long. Using a DSLR allows me to upload the videos directly from the SD card to the laptop. Aside from using a DSLR, I also switch places for better lighting. In front of me is a window with a beautiful view. That being said, I decided to start filming a bit late. The sun was setting, which gave a beautiful golden hour lighting. However, making bread takes quite a while, and so I needed to hurry, because if the sun set before I finished making this bread, the natural lighting would have been gone, and I would be back to using the crappy lighting from my apartment. Another topic of note is that day 6 of the daily bread was uploaded as a short. I filmed it in portrait, and for some reason YouTube wouldn't allow me to post a portrait video as a normal video format. It uploaded it as a short. For completionist purposes, I uploaded day 6 as a normal video. However, I needed to upload it in landscape form, but since I filmed it in portrait, it resulted in this weird janky landscape format with a lot of black spaces, since the video is still in portrait. This is why I decided to revert back into filming landscape using my DSLR. Another issue I had was, I discovered that using a public domain music, especially classical music, doesn't mean nobody's gonna copyright you. For some reason, some people are claiming the copyright of public domain classical music, and therefore, there was a brief period from the day 6 of the daily bread where there was no audio and no music, as I had to edit out the music to allow it to get uploaded. John chapter 6 verses 53 to 69. Jesus said to them, "Very truly I tell you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day. For my flesh is real food, and my blood is real drink. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me and I in them. Just as the living Father sent me and I live because of the Father, so the one who feeds on me will live because of me. This is the bread that came down from heaven. Your ancestors ate manna and died, but whoever feeds on this bread will live forever." He said this while teaching in the synagogue in Capernaum. On hearing it, many of his disciples said, "This is a hard teaching. Who can accept it?" Aware that his disciples were grumbling about this, Jesus said to them, "Does this offend you? Then what if you see the Son of Man ascend to where he was before? The Spirit gives life. The flesh counts for nothing. The words I have spoken to you, they are full of the Spirit and life. Yet there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus had known from the beginning which of them did not believe and who would betray him. He went on to say, "This is why I told you that no one can come to me unless the Father has enabled them." From this time, many of his disciples turned back and no longer followed him. "You do not want to leave too, do you?" Jesus asked the 12. Simon Peter answered him, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. We have come to believe and to know that you are the Holy One of God." Sadly, I was not able to film the breaking of this bread. I forgot to press film on the DSLR as I'm still getting used to filming using it again. That being said, this bread turned out well. I have lowered the temperature again, and this time I believe I've got the temperature correct. So far, I would give this bread another 6 out of 10. In the next video, I will be making bread with butter, and I will be discussing the culture shock I had with bread and how much different bread is from the European countries versus the Asian countries. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.